So your character died. Hey, Dragon Riders, I'm Heavy J, and I've been a DM for nearly 40 years. And that thrill of adventure in an RPG campaign can be short lived if your character meets an untimely demise. But fear not, intrepid Dragon Riders, I have a game plan for you today on Fat Dragon Adventure. I think all of us have had characters die unexpectedly in an adventure. I know I have had a lot of characters attempt some foolish things as a player, and as a GM, I've seen a lot of players do some crazy things too. Sometimes it works out, sometimes not. When I used to play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in the mid-80s with my friends, we didn't have this thing called death saves. That wasn't a thing. Once your character fell below 0 hit points, they were dead, and I mean dead, dead with a capital D. The one thing that I learned from all that is that having a backup character in my back pocket ensured I was never out of the game for long. Today, I'm going to discuss how to craft the perfect backup, ready to spring into action in a moment's notice. So when crafting a backup character, I have a couple key concepts that I keep in mind. The first being, keep it simple. Remember, your backup character is a dormant asset until you need it. I would avoid spending a lot of hours creating a fully fleshed out persona. This is a very common mistake that a lot of players make, in my opinion. What you should do instead is come up with a basic concept for a character, focusing on its class and a few key personality traits that you want your character to have. This will allow you to adapt them to the existing party dynamic when the time comes to activate your backup character. Speaking of party, that brings me to the next concept, party harmony. Consider how your backup character can complement the others at the table. Always keep party harmony in mind. For example, does your group lack a dedicated healer, for example? Perhaps your backup is a wise cleric in that case. Or maybe you're heavy on brute force but lack that certain finesse in your game. Well, then maybe a cunning rogue is the solution. I feel that a collaborative approach with the other players ensures your backup seamlessly integrates into the existing team. After all, your aim should be to contribute in a meaningful way to the party. If you keep this concept in mind, you'll give your party that much more needed flexibility when handling tough situations as they arise. Now, my next concept is to work with the game master. Now, sometimes the dice just aren't in your favor and your character might be lost before you even have a chance to create a backup. I know that's happened to me a few times. This is where a resourceful game master can step in. If the GM has a well-developed NPC who has interacted with the party, they can offer them as a potential replacement for the session. This can create a cool narrative twist, I think, as your new character already has a connection to the world and the party's ongoing quest, which I think is really always welcomed. It's kind of a win-win for the dungeon master and the player. My last concept for a backup character is what I call the swift arrival. Now, once you've decided to activate your backup character, work with your GM to find a logical entry point. You know, the quicker they join the party, the smoother the transition is going to be for everybody at the table. At least that's what I believe. Perhaps your backup character was drawn by the commotion of your character's sudden death. I mean, that's a quick way to get somebody back in, right? I strongly believe that a swift arrival minimizes the disruption and allows you to jump back into the adventure with minimum delay. I think the last thing that any good GM wants is to leave you waiting for hours for the so-called perfect time to rejoin the game. You know, nothing ruins fun like waiting around while others are playing. At my game table, I personally have the character jump in within minutes. It's a win-win for everybody. So knowing these key concepts, flexibility, party harmony, GM involvement, and the swift arrival, you can go out and prepare your backup character with confidence. With just a little forethought, you'll ensure you always are ready to continue your epic journey no matter how the dice roll for you. The last thing you want to do is get caught without a backup character when the dice gods are not smiling upon you. I think we've all had nights like that. Am I right? Give this video a thumbs up if you agree. If you enjoyed this video and you like to support this channel, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss our next episode. Until then, ride that fat dragon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Fat Dragon Adventure.